Hello everybody and welcome to That's Football. Here we go then, Premier League final day, and like the cast of ABBA the Musical dancing across thin ice, they're going down. Who's going down with them? Will it be Leeds, Everton, or who's the other one? Leicester. That's the one. I mean, does that mean Leicester are safe? Have I subliminally sent a message that Leicester are safe because I couldn't remember them? No, of course I haven't. The interesting thing is, and get your comments in below, of course, who will go down when considering that all three of them are playing at home? There's no tricky away day there. They're all at home. They should all win. Their stakes are so high. Everton home to Bournemouth. If they win, they stay up. It doesn't matter what anyone else does. Leicester at home to West Ham. If they win, there's not really any chance of Leeds bypassing them. And then Leeds at home to Spurs. Probably the toughest game, actually, because Spurs are still in with a chance of Europe if they can get a result. I think Leeds, unfortunately, they're all trying to climb a slide, aren't they? And I think Leeds slide, somebody has sprayed it with WD-40. It's going to take a bloody miracle for them to stay up. I can't see it. They need Bournemouth. And they basically need, looking at the goal difference there, they've even got worse goal difference than Everton. So they need Bournemouth to beat. Everton. I think if Everton draw, Leeds can't stay above them anyway. They need Leicester to draw as well because they've got worse goal difference. So yeah, Leeds are gone. Let's be honest. Leeds are down, and the mistake of bringing Big Sam Allardyce back was a mistake. I don't know whether they could have done anything else in the circumstances, but that was 10 years too late. Bringing Sam Allardyce to try and keep you in the Premier League, that needs to stop. I would hope that nobody ever tries that again. That was curtains for Leeds. As for Leicester, look, Leicester have got a slim chance. They have got a slim chance because they've got a better goal difference than Everton. And I think Leicester against West Ham with their eye on that Europa Conference final. Obviously, I think Leicester will win, but Everton against Bournemouth at Goodison Park. This would be the last game at Goodison Park in the Premier League if they got relegated, because by the time they got promoted, I think the new stadium would be built. We're not ready for that. I'm not ready for that. It's one of my favourite aways. So I think with Everton, you will see the scenes this afternoon. I'm live on the United stand for Man United Fulham, but we'll have all the games on there. So if you want to join us, do get involved. We will be going updates around the grounds and reacting to it as it stands and goes. But I think you will see the pictures this afternoon outside Goodison, the blue flares, the atmosphere. They will look to intimidate a Bournemouth side who really, it doesn't matter to them. Am I saying there's no chance that Bournemouth will beat Everton? Look, Dortmund didn't win the league when all they had to do is win at home yesterday with a huge crowd. A huge crowd is a great thing, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you will get the result. You could see Bournemouth beating Everton. I would really not say it's impossible, but I just don't think Everton will allow it to happen. I think Everton will get the win that keeps them up, and I expect to see Everton in the Premier League next season. If it didn't happen, and Everton were to draw, and Leicester were to win, then that puts the scenario is quite good, really, because you've got Leeds who need them both to mess up above, and they need to win. But then from Everton's point of view, they also know a win keeps them up, but a draw might relegate them. So there's a little bit of pressure there that they've got to go out and win. Whereas for Leicester and Leeds, they just need to win. And I think Leicester will feel, but they obviously got a better chance because they've got a point, they've got a better goal difference than Leeds at the moment. But I think that will be, that will just play on Everton's mind a little bit. But look, you'd rather be Everton in this race, wouldn't you? You'd rather be the team that's got the home game and the extra 2 points, and you've got that. I think for Leicester, I'm just looking at the goal difference there. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good for Everton. If they draw, then and Leicester win, they're down. So yeah, they've got to win, Everton. And it just, look, even I'm looking at the permutations there, and I'm going, you know what? I think if I was doing a percentage here, I think there's a 50% chance. You've got to do out 100. I think there's a 50% chance Everton stay up. In fact, I'd probably say respecting the league, could Bournemouth get a point at Goodison? They could, yeah. So I'm going to go, there's a 50% chance that Everton stay up. I'd say there's a 30... No, I've got to say there's a 60% chance Everton will stay up. I'd say there's a 30% chance Leicester will stay up and a 10% chance Leeds. That adds up to 100%, doesn't it? Yeah. I do think Bournemouth could get a draw. I think there'll be loads of goals on the final day as well. I said it on Twitter earlier. I think there'll be at least one game that somebody scores 5 goals in. Maybe Liverpool Southampton, but I think the final day always goes weird, and it goes weird because teams have to throw caution to the wind, or they're just more relaxed, and they can turn into a bit of an exhibition. So, yeah, I think that I'm going to say Everton stay up, but watch out for Leicester. I can't see Leeds. Leeds need too much to go their way. They need Everton to lose. They need Leicester to lose. Or draw, and then they need to win their game. I mean, look, it's been that sort of a season, and that's what I was going to say. Get your comments in below on who you think is going to go down. I think it will be Leicester and Leeds, or Everton and Leeds, but I think it will be Leicester and Leeds. That's what I'm going to go with, which means I'm completely wrong. I'll have my Premier League predictions reaction out for you tomorrow. How good do you think the league's been in general? Because I think at times this season we've said it's been the best ever, and then Man City have won it quite comfortably. I think the top 4 race with Man United and Newcastle and Arsenal in there, all 3 of those you could say are a surprise. I think a lot of people would have had Chelsea, Liverpool, and some might have even put Spurs in there. So apart from Man City, there's probably 3 clubs in there that you could argue a lot of people wouldn't have predicted were in there, or certainly not Newcastle and Arsenal. So that's been good. I think the teams like Brighton, Fulham and Villa at the end of the season, and Brentford have done fantastically well as well. And the relegation battle has been a surprise because the 3 promoted teams have done well. So I can definitely champion the Premier League. It's probably been the most interesting Premier League I've witnessed for a few years. Is it the best ever? Probably not. You know, there'll be some geeks in the chat, football geeks, who I respect, who will tell us that it was this, you know... If anybody can think of a better one, get it in the comments, basically, because I can't think of one off the top of my head. But I think there could be a better one. I don't think this will be the best ever. I think if the title race... We've had the relegation race. We've had 3 promoted teams stay up. We've had teams like Brighton and Villa do really, really well. We've had a really interesting top 4 race. But I suppose the title race is the one... Well, that's first place, isn't it? And first place was a little bit predictable. But everything else that's gone beyond it, you could take Man City out the league and it would have been a great league, wouldn't it? Although Arsenal would have won it quite comfortably. So I think effectively the title race has been a bit, it let us down a little bit in the last few weeks. If Arsenal had managed to push Man City all the way, then I think we would have had arguably one of the best Premier Leagues ever. I think it's been really good. And I think, the fact that we're talking about the relegation where 3 teams could... any of them can go down on the final day is fantastic. That doesn't always happen. And I think that, as we said, top 4 has been different than a lot of people predicted. The European spots are still up for grabs as well, with Villa against Brighton. Will it be Spurs or will it be Villa who get into the Conference League? Villa want to be in the Conference League as well. I know loads of Villa fans who want to be in the Conference League. So it'd be interesting. But yeah, I think, give us your thoughts on that. How good a season has it been? I think it's been a really good season, and I hope that Look, I don't want to see a drop-off next year. That's what I don't want to see. But, I think there probably will be, which tells you how good this season's been. I don't think we'll get everything we got this year, even if the title race was a bit simple and straightforward. Make sure you smash a like on the video and subscribe. Don't forget you can tune into the United Stand at 3:30 today, because we will be covering all the games anyway, if you want a bit of company for that. And I'll speak to you all in a bit. Don't forget, smash a like and subscribe and get your comments in below. Who's going down and how good has the season been?